Humus Secret, the ultimate guide to creating and using humus for explosive plant growth. Welcome back to Soil and Crops Central. If you're tired of throwing compost at your plants and not getting the results you hoped for, this guide is for you. Today, we're unlocking one of the biggest game changers in soil health and plant performance, humus. Not just compost, humus. If you want explosive growth, resilient plants, and soil that just won't quit, you'll want to stick with this one. Let's cut through the confusion. Humus is not just decomposed organic matter or finished compost, it's the stable, final product of decomposition, what remains after microbes, fungi and earthworms have broken everything down to the point where it can't rot any further. It's rich, dark, earthy, and full of complex carbon compounds that hold moisture, bind nutrients, and make soil work. It lasts in the soil for years and transforms everything it touches, from texture to fertility. Humus acts like a sponge and a nutrient vault at the same time. It holds up to 90% of its weight in water, meaning your plants stay hydrated longer. It binds nutrients like calcium, magnesium, and potassium, releasing them slowly and steadily instead of letting them wash away. Even better, humus boosts microbial activity, the good kind that partners with roots and fends off disease. Plants grown in humus-rich soil don't just grow faster, they grow stronger. Creating humus isn't about speed, it's about patience and biology. You start with a healthy compost pile made of diverse materials. Green nitrogen-rich matter like grass clippings and kitchen scraps, brown carbon-rich matter like leaves and straw, and coarse stuff like wood chips for airflow. You let that pile mature over months, not just weeks. Real humus forms after the composting heat dies down and cooler, slow-working organisms like fungi take over. When it smells deep and earthy and crumbles in your hand like chocolate cake, that's when you've got humus. This is where things get exciting. You don't need massive amounts to see big changes. Mix humus into your topsoil to instantly improve structure, or spread it as a layer around transplants to lock in moisture. In sandy soil, humus holds water and nutrients that would otherwise drain away. In clay soil, it breaks up compaction and improves airflow. You can also steep humus in water to make compost tea, a microbe-rich tonic for roots and foliage alike. However you use it, think of humus as a soil upgrade, not a quick fix. If you're gardening no-till or building a food forest, humus becomes even more powerful. It feeds microbes and fungi in place, helping you build living soil without turning it over. We use it under mulch, around perennials, and even in container mixes to bring life to the soil from the ground up. Because it's so stable, humus supports long-term fertility without constant input, making your garden more resilient, more productive, and easier to manage over time. Here's something most gardeners don't realize. Humus is a carbon sink. That means when you create humus and store it in the soil, you're removing carbon from the atmosphere. It's one of the most natural ways to fight climate change while growing better food. Every time you build your soil with humus, you're not just helping your plants, you're helping the planet. Whether you're growing tomatoes in raised beds or cultivating a full backyard homestead, humus is the difference maker. It's slow to form, but the payoff is massive. Healthier soil, stronger plants, and more consistent harvests year after year. You don't need fancy tools or expensive inputs, just time, good materials, and the commitment to build soil that lasts. If this helped you understand why humus is the real secret behind thriving gardens, go ahead and subscribe to Soil and Crops Central. Leave a comment to share your experience with compost or humus, and send this video to a fellow grower who's ready to take their soil game to the next level. Let's grow smarter, together.